Hello, good afternoon. Welcome everybody. Welcome to this session of auditing papers for the ACCA exam, June 2012. My name is Fung, and over the next few minutes, I will share with you some of the hot topics for both the auditing papers, F8 and P7, and then after that some strategies, and after that wishing good luck, and then so that you can go for the exam in June. Okay, first thing first, the auditing paper, the first paper, paper F8. This paper is called Audit and Assurance. I think by now all of you, we have gone through a course, premier course, or even coming for the revision course. You should know that this examiner is the name Penny, and she has been the examiner since June 2010. So far she has set 4 papers, 20 questions. The format of the exam, as all of you will have been known, that there will be a question 1 of 30 marks, question 2, a factual theory question of 10 marks, and then question 3, 4, 5 are all 20 marks each, and will cover different aspects of the auditing syllabus. Now, so what is the important topics for this coming June exam? I will share with you over the next slide, the hot topics. Now, let me just go through the hot topic list. As you can see, the first thing that I put down there is the importance of audit committee. Okay, so every student must be aware of the corporate governance, the theory, and then the audit committee. Mainly the functions of audit committee, advantage and disadvantage of audit committee. Now, I put together here fraud. Okay, fraud is a topic that students should not neglect also. In fraud, we have to know the definition. We have to look at the responsibility of auditors and then the procedures if you suspect fraud and the reporting of fraud. Okay, so then after that, of course, I'm looking at the theory of evidence. Reliability of evidence, what are the factors affecting reliability? What are the factors that affect the sufficiency of evidence? Now, in the past few years, this type of exam question has been out. I'm sure in your revision course you would have come across this. Now, next on the line is a topic called planning. I call it audit strategy and audit planning. So students must be aware of the audit strategy document, what are the sections that it contain, and under each section, what are the things to be included. Okay, so planning is also important. Now then, very likely in your question 1A, there should be an internal control system question. Now that should be a sales question. Now, I also ask students to also prepare for the purchase or even inventory system. Now, not only must you be able to identify weakness and recommend improvement, you must also be able to test the sales. So given a scenario of a company's sales cycle, you must be able to obtain evidence and do the test of sales to ensure that sales is accurate, to ensure that sales is complete. Now, more important also, you should be able to recommend improvement to the control. Alright, now next on the list you can see is this topic called computer audit. Computer audit have not been featured in PAMI's exam, and it has been more than 2 years. So I think students should be aware of this topic. The advantages of IT or CADs in auditing, audit software, the function, advantage, disadvantage, and then the concept of test data, advantage and disadvantage. Now, students who have practiced enough past year papers should know that these are common topics in the past. And then I want you also to prepare the topic called debtors, okay, audit of debtors, including confirmation, and then fixed asset and bank balance are also possible exam topics. Alright, then moving on, going concern. Okay, the definition of going concern, responsibility of auditors when it comes to going concern, what are the indicators of going concern, like given a scenario, how do you know that whether this company is facing a going concern problem, and then most important, the procedure that you will perform if you suspect going concern is an issue, and then last but not least, the reporting of going concern. Okay, so audit report will be together with you, and that will bring us to this last miscellaneous topic, which I put some non-profit organization, maybe a removal of auditors. Okay. Now the above topics are of course not the 100% accurate. These are just my guesses, but I think if you can focus on all these topics, the rest of it, well, given the limited 2 weeks left for the exam, I think you just do your best and practice. So what is the strategies for studying for the F8? Now I always say that you must have basic knowledge of the topic. Now, having the knowledge, then you need to learn to apply the knowledge. So that's where practicing past year paper is very, very important. I can't underestimate that. Now, students should start practicing question even starting as early as the June 2005, and until now you have 7 years of past year paper. Okay, that you can practice. That's 14 papers. Now that's a lot of questions. you should start doing that, focusing on those topics that I mentioned, and then read articles and read widely, getting basic knowledge. And then most important in the exam, do not panic. Do all the 5 questions. Never think that you can do 4 questions and think that you can manage to get a pass. I think time management is very important. Alright. Now I'm going to move on to the next paper, paper P7. Okay, then after that we'll just sum up the session. P7 I think is an advanced audit and assurance paper. This is a much more tougher and more in-depth question on auditing. Okay, it's much more in-depth than paper F8. The current examiner is a very seasoned and very experienced examiner. She has been an examiner since P7 started in December 2007. So you count the number of years that she's on, that's about 9 to 10 papers that she has set. So I think a good strategy would be to practice all the questions that she has set. Her name is Lisa, as everyone will know. Now the structure of the exam, as you can see from the board, that there will be 2 compulsory questions in section A, normally covering about 64%, let's say, with each question about 32 marks. So these are 2 compulsory case study questions. Then after that, section B, there will be 3 questions for which you need to choose 2. Each is about 18 marks, so that will make up 36. So we have 64 section A and 36 section B. That will be your section for the 100% for the whole paper. Now remember, you have a choice in section B, so pick your choice carefully. Okay, strategy and the hot topic coming up next. Now for P7, the syllabus is pretty wide, so by practicing lots of paper, you should have a general understanding of the key element. But you may want to focus on the following topics as you can see. Firstly, I think a question on business risk. If you have business risk, for sure you may want to also cover financial statement risk, because in the past they like to link given a business risk, what is the link to the financial statement risk. Now then, of course, internal auditing, one of my favorite, outsourcing, reliance on the work of internal auditor, factors to consider when you reliance. Now I'm looking at money laundering as one of the potential hot topic. Money laundering, you need to look at definition, you need to look at the offences, you need to look at the auditor's responsibility and the ethical issues of it. Okay, so Lisa, the examiner, has set a total of 3 past year paper on money laundering. I think it's good that you can cover all those things. Now group audit, there's an article written by her last month in April 2012. She talked about the change in syllabus for this June 2012 exam, but not much, mainly focusing on some of the group aspects. So in case a group audit come up, acceptance of a job or relating to a group audit, should I take on this job as a group auditor? What are the issues to consider? Plus the consolidation issues. Now compliance with laws and regulation is one of the topics that I put it in. Later on the next slide, you can see that there will be other topics related to it. Now then, the audit of accounting issues, I put in investment property, government grants, the usual intangible fair value. Okay, so all these are the type 1, type 2 questions that she talked about, all have to be revised, and you need to be familiar with the format. Okay, now then, of course, I put in a topic called key performance indicator, identifying KPIs and then getting evidence to audit the KPI. These are the topics that you should focus. Now never fail, there will be an ethics question in a question 4. Most students will choose to do that, so everything under the ethical issues, including confidentiality and not forgetting this thing called conflict of interest. Now moving on, we can see I put in fraud definition, fraud responsibility. Now together with just now the laws and regulation, I think that will be one set of standard that you can do. Then of course we have subsequent events, so students need to talk about the definition, the responsibility, and also the procedure for identifying and auditing subsequent event. Now limitation of the audit report, reporting is always part of it, so that will be a possible question 5. So you can follow the emphasis on matter and then answer the question accordingly. Okay, the last topic there, I put in legal liability, insurance for audit firms, advantages and disadvantages. Okay, so these are again the key areas that you should focus on. Of course, when you attend the premier course, you will cover all these. Otherwise, in your revision course, I think all these questions will be covered also. Now, the strategies, as what Lisa's examiner always mentioned, practice and practice and practice. Plus, your time management is critical in the exam. Okay, you can read the whole textbook on P7, but yet some students still cannot do it because they can't apply. So to do the application, I think practicing past year paper, learning the application, not just the theory is important. And of course, everyone will say that the time management is very, very important. Much more important than F8 in the P7 exam. This June, she said that she will give up to 4 marks in the question 1 or 2, 4 marks for presentation and the way you show your professionalism in your answer. So this is a gift from her. Students should be aware how to get these professional marks by writing in the format that she wants, by presenting your answer with headings, with underlining of the main heading and key points, with an introduction and with a conclusion. Okay, so I think that will be the key thing if you were to prepare for this so-called P7 exam. Okay, now that will leave me with this last slide that you can see. Wishing all of you good speed and then very good wishes for the coming exam. And I hope that by August when you get your result, that's the good news that you can share with FTMS. Hereby wishing you all the best.